Huge star. Last one today, because we've had a long podcast, actually.
It's been a good long episode. Leon Edwards is fighting next week, finally. When was the last time Leon Edwards fought, by the way?
Oh, good.
Spend some time. This was originally meant to be the Khamzat Chimaev versus Leon Edwards card, but Khamzat Chimaev is, according to him, he's retired, but according to Dana, he's not.
No, I think he also put out a tweet afterwards saying that he wasn't going to, he was just joking around.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing he's very emotional because, what is it? He's got literally blood coming out of his lungs and shit, and he's got pneumonia, and he's trying to train. He's having the coronavirus.
It's tough. They're trying to line a fight up for June or July or something. I still think that's way too soon.
Yeah.
It sounds like his lungs are potentially damaged.
Yeah.
And he needs to recover.
So Leon Edwards needs to fight, though. He's been asking for a fight for quite some time, and he lost his ranking. And then all of a sudden, he said he'll fight Khamzat Chimaev, gets his ranking back. Now, he's up against a guy called how do you say his first name?
Belal Muhammad.
Belal Muhammad. Now, the odds are 134 for Leon Edwards, but 310 for Muhammad. So they're kind of expecting Leon Edwards to sort of steam train through Muhammad. But however, Muhammad's not the kind of guy who's just going to roll over as easily.
Belal's got conditioning.
He's got
really good conditioning. Sometimes he's taking people down, but mainly he's trying to really he puts a huge amount of pressure on continue to go forwards with striking. He's a little bit flat-footed, but he's got a bit of power. He's got pressure and conditioning, and that is what can be an issue. Yeah. Leon Edwards has very good conditioning. He's often going to 3 or 5 rounds, right? He's been up for a title contender fight for a considerable amount of time. He keeps having fights booked and then rescheduled, booked and cancelled. His last fight was on the 20th of July 2019 against RDA. Huge time, long time ago.
Which he won by decision.
Leon often wins his fights by decision. I think in the UFC he only has 2 finishes, 1 submission, 1 KO.
Yep.
But Belal Muhammad, he fought very recently. He fought 2 weeks ago, I believe. Was it last week? It was either last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So he's obviously going to just continue his fight camp. He's already in great condition. He didn't take major injuries during his last fight.
Yep.
It sets him up really well for Leon Edwards. And to be honest, it's really good on Belal because Belal's number 13, fighting number 3. If he's taking a risk and he's taking a chance, but it pays off. It's high risk, high reward.
They're both 18-3 as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so he fought on 14th of February. So he's literally fighting 1 month within his last fight.
Exactly.
So that's good. That's what the UFC likes. And if he wins, the UFC obviously is going to reward him because they're probably going to let him go up in the rankings and break through the top 10. And then
we go higher than that. Yeah,
and not even that, but also they're going to reward him for being an active fighter as well because the UFC loves to reward active fighters.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, because Israel Adesanya, within, I think, just over a year of being in the UFC, he became the UFC champion just from being an active fighter.
Exactly.
So, again, star power allows them to keep that ball rolling. My pick is I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to see how it goes. I reckon it will probably go to decision.
It will probably go to decision simply just because it's a main event. Leon Edwards usually goes to decision. Often not finishing his opponents. He's only got 1 knock. He's got 2 finishes in the UFC, 1 knockout and 1 submission. I expect him to beat Belal. I think Belal will bring conditioning. He'll bring a lot of forward pressure. But Leon Edwards is very well-rounded. He's very, very well-rounded. And he's beat some significant people. Now, the only issue I can see as a big factor is Belal active, Leon Edwards very inactive. Hasn't fought in 2 years. Still